Hello, sisters and brothers. Hello, human family. It is a distinct honor to sit here with this panel of women and with all of you. So in this next hour, we're going to be sharing some of our direct experiences in our work that most of the women here have dedicated their life to, and expand with some questions, with some ideas, vibrations. So I ask you all to just relax. Yeah. And be human. Let's be human together. One thing I said was, it's an honor. And sometimes we say that sort of thing just in passing. But I would love to take just 30 seconds to reflect upon why I say it's an honor. Because it really means something for me right here. And I know that it means a lot to the other sisters here. It's an honor because I sit with these fellow humans that are women. I feel them. I know their dedication. I know what they have been focusing on for most of their lives, their adult lives. So it's an honor to sit with them. I'm feeling right now the vibration of honor. So feel that with me. And I'm going to expand that. I'm going to say it's a distinct honor to be in the vibration of all the humans that have gathered together to co-create this World Unity Week. Because we are sharing, that's it, we are sharing a value system or a value of unity and unification of our humanity. And that's an honor. Whoa. So I'm feeling that next level of honor coming in. And I'm going to expand one more time. I'm going to include this great Earth and our galaxy and the system we live in, which is, partially a mystery to us. And we're going to dive into that mystery of Earth very soon with all these wonderful sisters speaking. At this time in our human history, to have people that have worked 16 to 20 hours a day, not because it's their job, because it's their passion and because they value it. So thank you all for that. And now we're going to dive into our sisters. I have to do one of these funny things. Yay, sisters. My sisters are so yummy. Do I get to say that? Thank you. May we share a lot of humor together also. So yes, again, I invite you to sit back and breathe deeply and just relax and enjoy this next hour with us. And so I'm going to invite my sisters to introduce themselves to you. Thank you, sisters.
Aloha, everyone. I'm honored to be here truly with my heart expanded and very grateful for our time. My name is Achintia Devi, and I am the founder of Goddess Rising Mystery School and Global Sisterhood, originally from British Columbia, Canada, and broadcasting, joining into our global circle from the slopes of Haleakala at our Starlight Sanctuary on the island of Maui in Hawaii. Mwah, aloha.
Aloha, greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this day. What a beautiful circle, and I'm so honored to be here with you sharing. My name is Heather Salmon, and I too am beaming in from Maui, Hawaii, from beautiful Haleakala in an area called Puelo, from my temple place, which is the Black Swan Temple in Maui, Hawaii. And I'm originally from Toronto, Canada, Jamaican and Celtic descent. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, here we go. Aloha, I'm Gina Ivalani Naluai. I'm tuning in also from Maui, from an area upcountry on Haleakala. I'm here at Ho'omana Spa, Maui. That's an education and learning center, and we do cultural teachings here. I'm of Hawaiian ancestry and Irish ancestry, and I'm here to share with these beautiful women this amazing energy of celebration. Mahalo, everyone.
Hello, my name is Marion. I'm calling in from Berlin, Germany. I'm a community musician and, let's say, diverse practitioner on many playgrounds. And I'm very happy to be here with you, joining in this amazing conversation. Greetings.
Hello, everyone. It's so lovely to be with you in Sacred Circle and come together. My name is Sarah Abkara. I'm calling in also from Berlin, Germany. I'm based in Italy, and but originally I come from the eastern part of Anatolia and close to the border of Azerbaijan and Armenia and Iran, from the sacred mountain Ararat.
Thank you, sisters. I give a shout out for myself, Mira Michelle. I'm the founder of the Sacred Female Rising Institute. And right now I'm sitting in Germany by the Harz Mountains, which is a mystical place and has always been. And I am also of ancestry from Africa, English, Irish, and Native American, Turtle Island. So what are we women doing, actually? We're starting to weave. That's what we women do. Maybe we'll jump into the weaving. I mean, actually, we all weave. However, we're going to weave a prayer right now. So I ask you to join us in prayer for our humanity and for our Mother Earth. Thank you.
As we bring our hearts together, may we feel the rhythm of our hearts beating, the original drum, the original rhythm of love incarnate. May we feel this beating of our hearts coming together into the space of the Great Mother. And so we call upon you, Great Mother, as your daughters, emissaries and creatrixes, as we are weaving a new timeline for our planet, where multi-dimensions and timelines and possibilities are existing in this very moment, in the great recognition for the power of unification at this time, the unification of our hearts for one and for all. And so it is.
We take a breath and breathe all the way down into our hearts. We join our hearts in prayer. May we breathe all the way down into our sacred wombs. And join our wombs in prayer. May we breathe all the way down into the center of the earth, to the heart of Mother Earth, connecting with the spirit of the earth. May we feel the support of the earth and know that we are supported and guided in all good ways. May we draw this mana, this earth energy up in through our roots, into our veins, and feel that connection running through our souls. May we call forth the divine light from the highest heavens, come spiraling in through and around our circle, filling us with cosmic consciousness, the codes and patterns of perfection of the divine plan. May we balance earth and heaven within our hearts. May we walk the path of love, guided by light, walking the path of beauty and right relations with all of our relations. May we take no more than that which we truly need and allow the earth to sustain and regenerate herself. May we restore the earth to her beauty and create balance amongst all people. We do this work not only for ourselves, but for all children of all species, of all time. So be it as it serves the light. Ashe.
Kia kua na auma kua, na kualoha na kupuna. We invite all of our angels and guides and guardians, Great Spirit, to shower blessings upon the viewers, upon these women, upon this gathering, as we come together in unconditional love and compassion for one another, and an honoring of the Spirit in everything. May we recognize the Spirit in the tree and in the rock, the tremendous potential that each and every one of us have. We gather our support from the ancestors to guide us on our journey today and every day, as we hold a support for a restoration of balance, a reclamation of our divinity, a breath of aloha that we all share with one another, and especially that breath of aloha that we bring to ourselves so that we can continue to serve and continue to give and continue to share and continue to communicate the unconditional love and compassion from our hearts towards one another. We stand together as women, wrapping our arms as far reaching around this globe as we are gathered with an intention of unity, of lokahi, with an intention to bring grace and love to our earth and to one another. Mahalo, kausina, manapau.
I'm praying for our courage to stand together in unity, that each human feels that he is and she is indigenous to Mother Earth, reconnecting to our roots, reconnecting to the web of all life, bringing forth the light and the love that we are, and sharing it graciously and humbly. I pray for this movement to grow strong and to nourish our Mother Earth. May we connect, may we stand united, may we feel each other's hearts and be in a big circle. Ahe.
And I invite you to come into your heart chakra, into that green, lush heart chakra that connects us with the invisible harmony that is all around us, weaving itself, communicating with us constantly, informing us how to live a life in union and in community. I invite you to expand that green heart chakra, not just in this circle, but outside of this circle, and connecting with the spirits, the plant people, the elements, and the great intelligence that surrounds us, so that we may overcome our what separates us, but focus on what unites us.
I'm calling in our ancestors. I'm calling in our ancestors and thanking them, first of all, for getting us here. We are the future ancestors to millions. We are the future ancestors to millions. And that is why we're sitting here and praying together and celebrating together the unity of consciousness. We women have come through many challenges in the last 500 years. And we come before you with our hands open, our hearts open. And we're feeling all of our female ancestors and we're blessing them with this work here and now. And we're saying thank you to all of those mothers and all of those grandmothers, and to the ultimate mother and grandmother, planet Earth. And so these are our offerings. These are our offerings in this moment, here and now. This divine moment, here and now, with all of you. We're this great circle of light. We truly are. And if we reach out our arms and we imagine that all of us that are here and now on this platform and all that have been touched by this platform, we would span the earth. And that is my prayer, to span the earth with this consciousness. Thank you. Thank you for your prayers and your consciousness. Ahe, Ashe. Okay. So now we have this wonderful vibration. We always do it. Here it is in a bit louder stereo. And we're going to weave. We're going to go around this circle again. And this time our sisters are asking themselves the question, how does the sacred feminine show up in my work? Right? So you all can become an understanding through each woman of what that is. What is that actually? And we're going to pass it off to our sister Chintia to start our next weave. Thank you, sister.
Aloha. Thank you for this sacred prayer that we are truly weaving together. And it was so beautiful, Amira, to feel that and the outstretched arms of all of us truly going around the world with this World Unity Week, and that knowing that with this many humans on the planet, with this intention of the heart, that we actually are spanning the entire planet. So really beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, sisters. Beautiful and powerful question. The divine feminine weaves in my work. I'm putting that in the quotes. It's the life's work. Right? It's the devotional work of us as a global sisterhood, and then as a humanity, to remember the goddess, to remember our Earth Mother, to remember not through here, but through here and through here, through our entire lived experience, which from the lens that it's mine, is that there are the great cycles of time, and the cycles of our lives, and the cycles of the stars, and the cycles of the planets, and the cycles of our earth. And these sacred cycles are deeply connected to the stages and the phases of our evolution and our own blooming, like the phases of the moon and the blooming of a rose. And this specific lifetime that we have all chosen right now is a part of a grander cycle and a grander cycle. And so this invitation that comes, I feel, from all of us, this opportunity in this lifetime, is to bring forth that great remembrance from this incarnated journey where we have come into more of a world that has been structured by the masculine. And of course, we know there's nothing wrong with the masculine, but when it's over, when there's that too much of the solar and not as much of the lunar, we see where our world is out of balance, and where our Mother Earth is crying out, and where we as humans, as her sons and daughters, are also crying out and have a amnesia to what love is, to what truth is, to what our true power is, and on and on. But we are star seeds. We are seeding our consciousness and blooming in that. And so through in the work that I share, I love to support women through shadow and through light to reconnect to our innate wisdom, our innate power, our innate truth that lies within our hearts and our womb spaces and our intuition, and to reconnect deep into the core of Earth and high up into the stars, and be this living bridge to unite heaven and earth. And so, for me, this looks like sharing in global sisterhood through trainings and through temples, etherically and virtually, and sacred pilgrimages around the world. And at a time right now where we are in so much unknown, both that can create fear and excitement, and a lot of opening to potential and possibility, I feel that the rise of this work to unite in sisterhood in the name of the goddess, the divine feminine rising is an extremely essential, non-negotiable, and beautiful invitation that we have as a part of the great awakening that is happening right now. And so the invitation to truly embody our soul essence. And that's what's alive for me right now, with much devotion and lifetime dedication, and so honored to share. So mahalo. And with that, I will pass this along to my lovely priestess sister, fellow Isis Osset priestess sister, Heather Salmon.
Thank you, Achintia, ladies, sisters. Wow. How the goddess weaves through me. Such an interesting, great question. You know, I am a priestess of the Temple of Isis, and I'm also a minister ordained in the Church of the Essenes. And I'm a bridge in a lot of ways. We offer sacred teachings based on the sevenfold path of peace, and we help people to reconnect with their bodies, their hearts, their souls, the earth, through retreats at our beautiful temple here in Maui. And we are moving more virtually right now. We're just finishing up a 7-day retreat that spanned over the summer solstice, with deep teachings that really help to, I feel like empathy is a powerful medicine for us now. And we found that through understanding how, you know, if you're feeling off balance, the first thing is to come back to yourself. The world is off balance, we're off balance. And through empathy, it's being able to give yourself that sense of deep love and understanding, through understanding what your needs are, your feelings are, and being authentic with ourselves, that the healing can come, that we can shift, that transformation can come. And I feel like that is such at the foundation of peace right now. As we can do that for ourselves, we can do that for others. And so our path is an inquiry of, you know, peace with the body, peace with the mind, peace with the Aina, the land, the earth, the great spirit, your relationships. And so it's this continuous inquiry and skill, developing skills and spiritual practices to assist with that unfolding. And we do that through sound healing and yoga and meditation and spiritual teachings, and a lot of energy healing and psychic development, and finding your own, helping people to find their own true vocation or soul's calling, and supporting them to step into that. We also do plant-based diet for our retreats, and we just came out with a new recipe book, and we love to share ways of eating and lifestyle practices that is a little lighter for the earth and more regenerative and healthier for us. So that is a little glimpse into our work. We do retreats, and we also do in-person gatherings and online gatherings. So thank you so much. That's how the goddess weaves through me. It's a message of love, and really love is empathy, love in action, as being a path to come back to the heart. Thank you.
A little bit about Aloha. I want to share a little bit about the work as it moves within me and through me, from my ancestors and from spirit. Ho'omana here is really about empowerment and empowering the spirit, empowering the creativity and spiritual solutions that I know we've all been looking for in this time that we've been in right now. We primarily are working with sharing Hawaiian teachings and the Hawaiian values. And one of the main ones that comes to mind for me right now is just Ohana, it's family. And just seeing one another as one family and not separate. And when I think of family and the nurturing energetic of the family, it really makes me think of the mother. And I had the privilege in 2014 of going to Africa and visiting with a friend of my teacher. His name is Baba Credo Mutwa, and he was talking about the mother mind versus the warrior mind, and just sharing about the difference that brings. So in the warrior mindset, it's very linear, very an eye for an eye, very 2 + 2, equals 4. And in the mother mind, in that way of looking at things, it's up and down and sideways and every which way. And we look for creative ways. We tap into that creativity, that that energy of inspiration, and come up with the kind of solutions that creates wins, that everybody gets to feel as if they're part of the lei of the family, just like the lei that wraps around the globe right now, where every person, every human is significant to the whole, that we couldn't do any of this without every single person and their energy and their amazing gifts that they bring, their unique contributions that allow us to move forward and continue to allow the energy of abundance and the energy of cohesiveness to unfold for generations to come. And what happens is freedom. We have a freedom in the choices that we make towards love. There's really only 2 choices. There's love, you're in love or you're not. And when we're in love, then we feel that warmth, we feel that connection to all things, to the earth, to one another. And when we have that, now we're in true freedom. And we aren't any longer in that warrior mind that's in aggression and in coercion, and that's out of balance and has been so far out of balance. And we're seeing it right now so in our face, how years and generations of this kind of mindset has created the disharmonies that we are undeniable right now. And if we can come back to that place of the heart, to that place of compassion, to that place of family, even if we disagree, we definitely disagree sometimes with our family, don't we, sisters? But yet we are connected. There is a bond, there's a cord of connection that we have to all things and all people. And it's about making sure that we are clearing and putting mana towards those connections and seeing the light in one another and illuminating the light in one another by the example that we set in our own spirituality and connection. And when we do that, we raise the mana of the whole community, we raise the mana of the family, we raise the mana of the planet, and we rise. Mahalo.
Thank you, sisters. It's great to hear you. So the way the medicine weaves through me is on the level of music. In the West, we have made music the realm of experts, and we have declared that there are people who are musical and people who are not musical. And it is my heart's desire to have everybody get back to their own musicality and reconnect in that way to the divine. And I do that mostly in singing, in helping people to just get the courage, step out and use their voices and sing and raise the vibration of themselves and the others and connect. Really feel the connection when you're singing is the most elevating experience. Everybody steps out of their comfort zones, their fears, and realizes their own power. And when that happens, everybody starts to get touched by themselves. And I think this is really one starting point. Find your own voice. Be touched by your own self, your essence self, and be connected with the others in that. So this is how I work as a community musician, and I'm a trainer for Musicians Without Borders, which is a peace organization which brings this kind of musicking to places of conflict. And through that kind of musicking creates empathy and reconnects people and communities. Yeah, I think that's how my medicine weaves through. And one more thing is this empowerment that voice brings also expands into the realm of showing your own vulnerability, which is always visible when you sing, but it's also there when we speak. This is visible now when I speak. And having the courage and giving an example of showing my vulnerability is one more aspect of how I share my medicine. Ahe. And I pass on to my lovely sister Serap.
Yes, thank you. Touches me very deeply. The medicine that I bring from the sacred feminine is like a song. It is like a heartbeat. At some point, I started to hear the voice of the mother in many different places, and I didn't know exactly what is calling me in. I heard her voice in the gold mines in Peru. I heard her voice in the mountains. I heard her voice in the sacred lands of Germany. I heard her voice in everywhere I go and everywhere. And she's remembering me to trust. And in this very moment, to allow myself to speak up, to stand here and feel the permission that I am welcome, that I do belong here, that I am infinitely loved by the Great Mother. It took me many years to find that way back home. It left me disconnected. It left me, I didn't know where is my place, what is my path, what is my purpose. And it was 10 years ago that the cacao people came into my reality and activated that green heart chakra. So I'm a cacao mama. I carry the medicine of the cacao people for a decade now. And I teach through the cacao consciousness how to bridge earth and cosmos, how to bring our ideas from that cosmic realm, imagination, into the earthly realm, to bring it into a tangible form, down to earth, simple, so that we can work with it. And I founded the Earth School to offer tools, and I'm weaving this medicine into the art of ritual and sacred space, where we discover what it means to use these rituals that were given to us by our ancestors and by nature, to work with rituals, to pray, to sing together, to celebrate together. And what I feel at some point, there is this great harmony that starts to flow inside of the circle. And there's this moment where I feel now we're in that vibration. And I'm grateful because I feel that this is how the earth was meant to be. And everyone remembers inside of their selves that we were meant to be working together, praying together, opening up for each other, helping each other. And this is really in the core how the medicine works through me, through a song, a heartbeat, a rhythm. And she's inviting me to restore the song lines, to sing in a metaphorical and in a literal sense, to sit in circle and cultivate that culture around being all equal, with no hierarchy. And so every day the mother reminds me to gain trust and to give myself permission. And while I see the sacred female rising, I can see that it's also the great mother who's calling us and giving us the permission to sit here and speak from the heart and invite people to come on this journey to reconnect and create a bridge between heaven and earth, to bring ideas into the material form. So I'm offering seminars and courses and everything that weaves around that central theme. How can we connect with the invisible harmony and become guardians to protect that invisible harmony that surrounds us? Thank you so much for listening. And thank you so much for your being.
Okay, sisters, you're going to be called the Goosebump Group. You're giving me goosebumps all the time. So let me give 2 minutes of a shout out to the Sacred Female Rising Institute. She is the great mother. She's the one that called me. And for, it's about till I was 19, early 20s, I was sort of adrift, not knowing where I really belonged. You know, I have an English-Irish mother. I was born in England. I have African-American, Cherokee, and Blackfoot Native father, U.S. Air Force. So we were constantly going back and forth from England to California, boing, boing. And I was in my English family and I definitely felt loved, but I didn't feel seen enough. Do you know what I mean? And then I was with my family in the US. I definitely felt also loved, but also not seen, because there was part of me that wasn't in their experience. And that gave me, this underlining sadness that followed me. So I would develop this, hi, I'm fine, how are you? Constantly to make up for that, what wasn't felt by me. Until one day, I decided to go on a pilgrimage to my English Celtic roots, to Glastonbury, England, to Avalon. I was 24 and I happened to take my mother with me. And we were up on the Tor And I know I've been there before in Avalon. I know I was a priestess there in the past. And all of a sudden, this energy came to me, and it started, my body started vibrating and shaking and shaking and vibrating. And I thought, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Because I really wasn't sure at that time. I was 24, what was going on. And I said, Mom, I think I have to run. And she goes, oh, do you? And I go, oh yeah, I have to run. I have to run. She goes, go, go, go. And I started to run down the tour full speed. You know how steep it is if you've been on the tour. My feet were hitting my bum. And I was just hoping I wasn't going to start doing one of those. And I got down to the end, and it was a long run. And I looked at my heart was doo, 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 doo. And I looked up at the tour, and I felt this vibration running through my body. And I went, oh. But I didn't fully understand what that O was about yet. So that O stayed with me for a couple of years. And then she came and she said, it was me. The whispers of the wind, the roots of the trees, the flows of the rivers. She said, it was me, and I claim you, daughter. I claim you as mine. And you never need to feel again that you do not belong, because you belong to me. And from that moment on, I never doubted anymore where I belonged, because I knew that we were all one earth family. And as the years went by, she began to speak more and more. And I had somehow this direct lineage to ceremony. I would write ceremonies down like that and then later find them in books, ancient ones. I'm like, hello? So as years of weaving and putting together all these pieces that came up in one solid moment, she asked me, we need more women to come to their medicine. She said, I need more women to come into their medicine. And I am your self-healing protection mechanism. And they shall be that for me. And I went, okay. And there was born Sacred Female Rising Institute. And it's an institute that gathers women and encircle that we women, you see, the thing is, what I felt through all of my life and my trainings and university and, you know, just immersing myself in my curiosity, was that we need the women that have their feet on the ground enough to be able to be stable when they go into their process of unveiling. And so sometimes I think the group of women that are the less spoken for are the middle class women, the everyday woman, right? We have a lot of support for women that really need, you know, shelter, survival, like that. And the other women who are having a lot of means, so to say, but the women in the middle there. So that's what we have focused towards in all of our works. And the essence of the work is feeling the female solidarity, which is organic to our world. So we use a lot of anthropological, archaeological findings to see how we first began to gather. What was that like? And we bring it right into this here and now. Feeling the female solidarity, expressing our own authenticness and originality while we hold the circle for others, self-responsibility. And like our sister, all of you have said, and like our sister Gina said, freedom. What does freedom feel like when you really feel held, you know? And the allowance that that circle can hold it. That's it. And other things, other sort of projects that we reach out, we clean the sites here in Europe. We go to the sites where there have been battles, where there have been witch burnings. And we clean them, we raise the vibration up, because we all have skills for that. All we need is just a little bit more technique. So that's my shout out for Sacred Female Rising. And I'm so grateful that she came to me, you know. She educates me. She just says, do it, and I do it. Because his mother, she's speaking to us all the time. Okay, so that weaving, I feel that that weaving is complete. Thank you so much, sisters, for sharing your truth. And and your mission and your purpose on this planet. Ooh, is anybody else hot like me? It's getting hot in here. You know, I like to have fun. I like to joke around. When we're speaking about deep things, we can also laugh. The shaman's way. It's serious, but it's not unfunny, right? There we go. Okay, so we're going to weave some questions now. We're going to open this up for questions. So we're going out of our sort of like snake way, and we're just opening up for the woman that really feels that she would like to answer. And your answers this time need to be about between 45 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds. So get right in there and jump right out, pass it to another sister. So let's look at the clipboard. The question we all basically agreed upon that we would like to first jump into is, why is the divine feminine, the sacred female, rising now? And what are its benefits? Should we start with that one? Okay. So we no longer have an order. The woman that first feels her concise response. We've got 8 minutes to weave this one. So let's have a good time.
We even have a little bit longer if you do want to. We saw in the chat that we were given more time if you want to go longer. So just as an information, that's in the chat.
How wonderful. Thank you.
I think that it's rising now. I think it's rising now because we can't be silent any longer. I think that the consciousness, the collective consciousness, is expanded enough to be able to have the kind of conversations that we're having right now, like this one. Even 10, 15 years ago, I couldn't have the same conversations in the classroom even that I'm having right now. I feel like the voice box is open. I feel like something has lifted, and now, like, it can't wait to come out. It's jumping out now, where without even, you know, just really with just abandoning some of that structure. I see it in the children that we're raising right now, where they're coming to me with their iPhones and saying, "Hey, Mom, look at this thing that's going on right now. Can you believe this? This isn't right, Mom." You know, my 10 and 14-year-olds that are coming in with this awareness of these sacred agreements that, you know, we made when we arrived here, and they have it so deeply embedded, and they've been raised, you know, they've been raised with more freedoms than we were raised with in our generation. And they're asking the questions, and they're wanting the answers, and they're wanting us to use our voice. They're asking the questions, and as mothers, we have to use our voice, and we have to use our voice to help them who are going to hold that space next. So I think that's one reason now our children are asking for it. They want a different world. And we can't have the separation of, you know, black and white and male and female. They're crying out for balance, and our Mother Earth is crying out for balance. There's no more time to waste here.
So I think it's rising now because we are really in a crisis point. You know, this Western dream of of amassing and buying and bigger and better and being by yourself and having your own house and your own little separate space and just amassing. You know, we've like been like the caterpillar, we consume, but unlike the caterpillar, we really haven't had our metamorphosis yet. And we're kind of at that breaking point where we consume so much that we're feeling very uncomfortable. And it's not, we realize that it's not sustainable for ourselves, it's not sustainable for the earth, and it doesn't bring us a sense of fulfillment. And so I feel like, you know, there's a crisis for the planet, the environment. There's a crisis of the human heart. People really longing for a deeper sense of connection and purpose and love, you know. So I think that this female rising, as Gina had so beautifully said, it's like the Ohana, it's like the mother is coming back, the mother and the women with the outstretched arms that have big enough hearts to embrace everyone, not just your own children, but all the children, all the people. And the mothers, they want to see, you know, all the children do well. And so I feel like the women and the feminine heart, that both men and women can hold this energy of the feminine heart, which is about inclusion and about balance and caring. And so I think that's why it's needed now more than ever, so we can midwife that metamorphosis into our next level of being, which is we need those wings to take flight so we can go to a different plane of existence above this struggle and strife and lack and fear. That it's time. It's part of our evolution.
I think just one thing popped up in me now is it just doesn't serve us anymore. And this has not served us ever to be in this separation, but now more than ever, it just cannot go on in the separation and in the unbalance between the masculine and the feminine principle. And we just have to move on. Transformation will come anyway, because if we pass over to the other side, that's a big transformation too. But we might want to be a bit more, like, take it one step earlier and do it now and rise. You know, it's about time now. And I think this is really entering into the hearts and minds of people. And it's a big, huge movement. I mean, you see the ecological movements and you see how one 16-year-old girl can move the world. And that is outstanding. I mean, that shows the power that is there. And I think it's a real call for all of us to go into action. And one of the questions that I felt important to me was how I, in myself, in my everyday life with my family and job and everything going on, how can I sustain that level of connection? How can I have that spiritual practice integrated into my life? And how do I get back to that trust that me too, I have a place for that in my life? So that's just something that is really close to my heart, to encourage me and all of us to really go into practice, however small it is, to raise the vibe. Thank you.
Yes, I resonate totally with what you say, with what all of you say. And what I'd like to add is that I also feel that there's like a veil opening, and this veil is sending messengers. So what I observe is not just only in myself, but that more and more people like really hear a calling. They feel the crisis, they feel disconnected, they feel unhappy, they look for purpose. And I feel that especially like from the rainforest, these medicines, they come into our reality and they speak to the sensitive people, and they're like in the past 10 years, I mean, it's really growing in an incredible, when I ask them, why are you here? What are you looking for? It's like this incredible calling from the plant kingdom, from the Amazon, from the indigenous, from the elders. And really kind of they and me included, how can we become more guardian, protectors of life? And I feel that's something that is also raising within this not just female movement or feminine movement, but in on a global scale. How can we become protectors and guardians and keepers and tenders? Yes.
Yeah, sisters. I echo, yes, yes, yes. I'll bring in a totally different element that hasn't been brought forth necessarily, because everything that you've already shared, beloved ones, feels my heart resonates. And one of the things that just that comes to mind is, when I think of why, and that's a very deep question. Why is this happening now? And one of the most authentic truths that I feel with this is because it is divinely ordained. It is time. We have chosen to come into this life, and this is the divine timing of the mother rise, of the goddess rise, that within these larger cycles of time, right, that when we think of the different ages, we are naturally by choice, because we're in this both and paradigm right now, being invited into what is our personal destinies right now, in connection to this piece of the feminine, of the mother, of the creatrix, the power of conceiving and the power of birthing, which is also the power of death. So simultaneously, when I think of, okay, why is the feminine rising, which is then a birth, it's because of all of this which has been shared that has to die. It's had its cycle. It has served for a time, and to learn, for us to learn our karmic lessons, our these keys of why we have chosen to incarnate spirit in human form. So there's this powerful energy that we know we can all feel right now in our world, of great the simultaneous great uncertainty and possibility. And so why is the feminine rising? Because it's time. Because we are choosing it. And I think that piece right there is so important. It is our choice. The feminine is rising in this way where, when I think of this as that first, rising of the moon, or right now we can say, because Venus has just risen into her new 8-year cycle, that this is a powerful time of recognizing that, or that we are recognizing that our choice comes from within. The creatrix comes from within. And that is a place of sovereignty, of dying the belief that God, goddess is outside of us. That has been a paradigm on this planet that has caused suffering for all of us on some level or other. That source is outside of us looking, growing up as young women, looking for role models, finding looking for what is meaning in our lives. And when we claim or reclaiming the power back, the power of conception, the power to create, that we are the birthers, we are the weavers. This is our role, this is our job, it is our privilege and our great joy to be able to dream this world awake. So we are dream weaving because it is time and it is our choice and it is our gift and truly a legacy that we have agreed to. So, and so it is. I'll just leave it right there. And thank you, thank you, thank you. It is time and it is such a joy and a pleasure and an honor that we get to do this together. And with that, I'm going to pass it to my beloved sister, Michelle, Mira, Michelle, but I think are you paused? Let's see what happens when I pin your video.
No, I'm not paused. I'm just going.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yes. From
It looks like something happened.
I don't know. I think she's so powerful. She
It's just shooting away.
She poofed out of here.
Is that maybe an appropriate moment to draw this wonderful, amazing, rich dialogue and communion to a close? What do you feel?
Yes, and we were just in closing, we were just going to share a little bit about our offerings that we have coming up through the open
Perfect.
space.
Perfect. Wonderful. Wonderful.
And then
All
we'll
right.
conclude with the final prayer invitation.
Oh, all right.
That's it.
So yeah, for open space, Achinti and I are going to be doing a workshop on Thursday, the 26th at 2 p.m. Hawaii time. So that's like 8 p.m. Eastern time. And it's going to be on sacred care, self-care and sacred activism, or sacred care and sacred activism. So is there anyone else? Marion, are you offering a workshop?
And I just want
Yes.
to clarify
Yeah.
one sec before you go, Mariam, we are on the I heard you say 26, but I just want to clarify, maybe you
20.
did the 25th.
The 25th. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay!
Oh, you're back.
back.
She's back.
Okay, well, Mariam, I think you were going to go. I'll pass it
I'm
to
gonna
you.
go. Okay. Yes, I'm offering an introduction into tools, techniques, and attitudes to find your voice. So, of course, in 1 hour, this is quite a challenge, but it's going to be an invitation to try out how you can access your own voice, how you can find the courage to be resonant and to have your power expressed in your voice. And that's on Friday, and that's 9 a.m. Eastern Time and 3:00 p.m. in European Standard Time. So, but that's all on the schedule. You can find it Friday at 9. And set up, you're also offering something.
Yes, thank you. I'm offering a meditation, Sacred to Me. We follow the question, what is sacred to me? What is so dear to my heart that I wish to protect it? It's renewing our relationship with the elders, the nature spirits, and Mother Earth. It's a guided meditation. It's 1 hour, Thursday, 8 p.m. Berlin time. Yes, 8 p.m. Berlin time. And I look forward sharing the space with you.
And then we have one more other offering. So Achintia And Gina and I are actually offering the closing ceremonies for the World Water Day. So you will be able to tune into that. We're going to do a special offering from the shores of Maui at sunset. And that you can look forward to that on World Water Day, which is on the 24th.
And that
And
will
Mira,
be
Michelle, would you?
7 p.m.
Hi, my darling.
7
Oh, sorry,
p.m.
sorry.
7 p.m. Hawaii time, 7
Oh.
a.m. CET.
European time. Great.
CET. Well, my darling, I would like to weave back in with you because I was 2 times kicked out technically, and it was right before I was trying to say something very deep and profound. And I find I'm not meant to say that thing. How do you all feel about that? I think a few more minutes.
I would suggest
But,
You're
that
kind
you
of breaking
all
up a
hear me
little bit.
okay?
You're breaking up a little bit. It's hard
Mhm.
to. You're going in and out.
maybe we can
Yeah,
try. Mira, you bring your offers, and then you bring us back with your profound impulse into a closing prayer. How's that sound?
it feels good. That feels good. I'm inching up a little bit towards where I think the internet access might be better. World Water, Dr. Shelley Ostwald, the first point and the main point of the Codes for a Healthy Earth, incredible document that honors all of Earth, nature, and all of PM's sound just something similar, and that's holding space for the deep holding space. So we'll urge into room.
Mira, you're really
And
breaking up a lot. It's really hard to
rescue-
understand you.
Okay.
I'm wondering if you could put it in the
Okay. Look, I'm gonna.
in the chat or.
Let's see if that makes.
It's not. You still. Oh well. Now try.
Let me walk with you all. Walk with me. Walk with me. Keep telling me if you hear my voice. It's
Yeah,
a
that's pretty
process like
good.
the weaving.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Heather. So this World Water Day, I have announced that the 10 p.m. CET offering that we have, please. And what I also will say is I come up here in the corner and I'm going to have a look if my camera's going to come back on. Hello again. We, as our sister Achintia, Heather, Marian, all of us have said, tomorrow you have complete permission to go out and bless any waterway by you, right? Bring your flowers, bring your hearts, and go out and bless the mother, bless the water. How does that sound?
Yes.
Yes. And for this human soul, please just check the sacred feminine and masculine convergence room. And I have 3 offers. One's for the 9 feminine archetypes. There's 7 of them. And one for the female shaman in nature. And the other one is for healing hands. So that's me. I'm feeling us all here. Maybe my voice is still going in and out. I don't know. You can let me know about that.
It's actually pretty good right now.
Okay, thanks, sweetheart.
Mhm.
So we're weaving down into this moment and beginning to close. I see my sister Gina smiling. It's so beautiful. We're both raising young ones. Also, Marian, we're raising our beautiful humans that came through us. So I would love to go around and have each woman say her name again and say one word, blessing or invitation, maybe one sentence invitation for the viewers. What is a gift for them to invite them into?
Heather, and I invite you into deep self-love and self-care.
Marion, I invite you to go out into nature and sing for the mother.
Set up. I invite you to be gentle with yourselves.
I invite you to take in a deep, intentional breath of aloha, of divine breath, to feel that divinity within each and every cell of your body. It's your birthright, it's your life force. Bring that in.
I invite you to bring your bare feet upon the earth, your womb space upon the earth, your heart space upon the earth, your hands upon the earth, and your brow upon the earth in these next few days. And be in a living prayer and conversation with your innate, loving self that you are with our Mother Earth, and allow her to hold you. Allow yourself to be held by her. And as you do so, to offer her your love as a living prayer for all beings.
I'm inviting all of you human souls, my sisters and my brothers. Yes, I'm inviting you to take long, wise steps upon the earth. And I'm inviting you to practice that. Sort of mirroring what our sister Achintyas has said, and all of us, take off your shoes and raise your back up like this. Breathe in and just stride out. And as your foot comes down, realize my foot is touching a living being. My foot is touching the living being I need to survive, to prosper, to experience. Whoa. And then the next one. And every time that foot lands upon the earth, realize like it's in play also. You know, like the grandmothers are sitting behind me and saying, tell them to keep laughing. Tell them to keep laughing. Keep smiling. Tell them to that when their stomach is moving with their heart and they can laugh out loud, please tell them. And the grandmothers also want us to know that, as our sister Chintia has said, and every other female, at this long count cycle, we ourselves into prophecy. This is part of the prophecy. And what is prophecy? What is it actually? It is the yearning of our souls to know and to connect. And so we have been through this long count, 10,000 years, where the birth of the great mother in the Fertile Crescent was realized. And we've gone through developing the mind, developing our might, our developing civilizations, developing how we can connect through information. We've done it. We've accomplished it. And now a new time is opening. And that is why the sacred female, the vibration of, carried in all beings, the life-giving force. It is essentially the life-giving force. And this one visual I'll leave you with, we will all leave you with, is imagine the force it takes for a blade of grass to come up to the surface. Go and research that. I'm not going to give you the answer because I want you to get it on your own, because you're going to go like, what? And imagine that force, that life force, that we are also that life force. And how exciting is that? You know, as my kids would say, like, I'm down with that, Mom. That's cool. Yeah, because that primal force has been something we've been working to suppress. And now it's opening because it is a part of who we are. We're not only holy because we live in the light, we're holy because we connect to what we are. We're also that beautiful primal force, that force of nature, that force of giving birth. So we're in the birth canal, my darlings. And my dearest sisters, deep gratitude for all of you. Gratitude for our sisters and brothers on World Unity Week. They rock, every single one. I mean, let's give them the 200 partners involved. I can really, if I started saying names, I'd be here for another hour, right? You all know who you are. Thank you so much for deeply caring about this earth. Thank you so much for holding this vibration that we all may join and be a part of that. Blessings. And let's have fun in the garden. So we'll see you in the Sacred Feminine, a Divine Feminine, Sacred Masculine Convergence Room. I'm going to Hawaii as soon as I get a chance to see my sisters. They've been calling me. They're weaving me over there. We give a big shout out to Mr. Ben Bowler and all of the Unity Earth Unify and all the partners. Thank you so much again. May we all rise together in the vibration that is who we are. Yay.